Part 4 on how to monetize your beekeeping business is equipment. Selling to other beekeepers, hobbyists, commercial guys, sideliners. In order to do this, you will need a website or a in-person shop. When I was selling equipment, I had both. I would do an in-person shop because the closest person to me who was selling equipment was about an hour and 45 minutes away. So if I had to drive that far, I knew other people around me had to drive that far. So I became that guy, the kind of local guy to go to for equipment. This can be anything and everything from brood boxes, honey supers, honey spinners, various wax melters, books, plans, frames, connections to bees, various products that you make. And one of the good things that I really liked having about having the shop was that I could make anything that I wanted and sell it. On top of the equipment, any of the products that I made were pretty much at zero cost to me, and I could sell them. Especially with the shop being my own and with it being so small, with the rules and regulations that I had to follow were just a few labeling things. Other than that, and my business license, it was pretty much just the cost of the rent of the shop. If you can time or plan it out to sell like a certain number of gallons of honey or quarts of honey on top of your products, that's a good thing. And it's not as hard to keep track of as you would think. Don't let your panic, your uneasiness, your lack of confidence in running a business control you. I started as just kind of the bee guy. I had the bee stuff down pat, and then moved into the business side. So, and I don't consider myself that super smart. So, I mean, if I can do it, anybody can really. Yeah, and I definitely, the shop that I had it set up so I could harvest honey and process it in the back room, and then I had a side office where I could make wax products. I made various hand lotions, body butters, hair wax, mustache wax, a whole list of things, furniture polish that you can make, crayons, various art stuff, drawings, wax melt, art stuff. There's a whole list of things that you can do inside your own shop, along with teaching classes and teaching people how to make candles. Having a station where you can make candles is a really good idea. And other than that, just marketing, advertising, getting people in, and you should do pretty well with a shop like that, selling equipment. The startup cost to get into it is decent. When I was in it, it was before COVID and before all of the supply chain issues. Was when I started, or right at the beginning of that, I think. And so I know prices are quite a bit different now, especially this past year. Quite a bit different to get into that. But if you have any kind of side thing that you can use to your advantage, like I grew up on a farm, so I was pretty handy with a saw. I cut a lot of my own wood. I milled a lot of my own wood for boxes and projects and things. I built my own honey spinner. I built my own wax melter. A lot of it was parts and things that I just had laying around the house, around the farm. Just make sure it's safe and make sure you follow your local rules and everything. But that's the fourth way, and that's a pretty easy one, especially if you have somebody who you can get set up to work for you. It's a great way to set up like kind of a second, almost completely automated stream of income, because you can set somebody up there to run your cash register. As long as they know a little bit about bees, a little bit about the products, or if they want to create some products too, if you have a health and beauty person working for you, making your chapsticks, lip glosses, hand lotions, all that stuff, then they're probably a good person to have on board. And then they can take care of your shop and answer questions and do that kind of stuff. Maybe do some scheduling for you while you're out doing either teaching or doing removals and other kind of work. So it's not a bad one to think about.